Yeah, that's why I'm just giving
Like
it.
in the thing?
No, no, no. I'm doing a couple things to like.
Do your position. Okay, I'm just like gonna.
There's a Bailey for six bucks.
You know what? Let's get the little figures.
Oh, low.
The little guy. We're gonna put here. And then.
Oh,
You want the tires off?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No. Thanks, baby.
You're welcome. I like it.
Move to.
I think it's cheap. Come on, man.
All right. We'll put that on the live screen here. What? What the fuck? What are you looking at, Brian?
Instagram.
Checking out the gram. Do it for the gram.
You know, making sure there's nothing I need to talk about real quick.
It's a chicken wing, bitch.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Ready to go live, or go with the hit the record button? We've been live for a minute.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch this Saints Cowboys game too, so
Oh shit! It's Thursday. Damn.
yeah. Oh, hold
Fuck.
on a sec. Hold on 1 second before we start.
Okay.
Actually, we can start. We can just put it in part of the show. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Record on 3.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Jacob, before we start, I have to make sure my fantasy lineup is good for the week.
Oh
It's
shit!
playoffs.
I'm glad you brought that up actually, because I need to make
It's
sure
playoffs.
mine is good too. Oh, I didn't make the playoffs though.
Well, I'm in the playoffs. I'm sorry for your trash. Welcome to We Don't Know. We're talking about this episode. What is it?
33 or 34?
30, 32.
Special college football playoff
32,
edition.
33 set Blue Hut. It was real news, bullshit opinions, a collection of unneeded thoughts and opinions. I'm your host, Brian Davis, aka Mr. Bad. This is my co-host, Jacob Wolf, aka the Wolfman.
What's going on, guys? Brian totally forgot what to say there for a second.
I was reading.
AKA, who am I?
Yeah, I tried to do two things, especially at the very beginning of the show, because I'm trying to get all my stuff together, but it did not work out. Oh, my fantasy lineup is good.
Who do you got? Who you got starting? Wanna run us through real quick.
Well, I play an IDP league, so I have defensive players too. So I don't. Really know
Oh
if you want me
yeah.
to
That's a
run through this entire roster.
yeah. You can't
But I
really
do have
run through that, I
Roethlisberger.
guess.
I do have Roethlisberger, Todd Gurley, Lamar Miller, Emmanuel Sanders, Amari Cooper, and that's just my offense. So
Who's Pittsburgh got this week? Do we got the Raiders or do we got the Chargers?
you have the Chargers,
Damn. Okay.
and they're pretty good.
Yes, they are. People keep forgetting about them because they're not the best team in LA, but
Pretty good.
they are
Speaking of football, we are going to tell. Well, it's It's college football championship
good.
week.
Yeah, championship week is here.
Where did the college football season go? It was full of ups, it was full of downs, it was full of highs, it was full of lows. It was full of my Buckeyes getting destroyed by 30 points by Purdue.
It was full of my West Virginia Mountaineers fumbling footballs to Oklahoma.
And now Oklahoma's playing Is this the first? This is the first or second Big
Second.
12 championship.
Second Big 12
Second Big
championship.
12 championship.
Well,
Oklahoma.
I mean, not ever, obviously, because they used to have divisions, but the
Yeah,
second
but you
one
know what I
since
since
like
since
this
it
decade.
matters.
Yeah, since this decade.
It's gonna be Big 12 championship rematch of the Red River rivalry.
Yep.
Texas,
Oklahoma, Texas, go Longhorns. Let's get them.
Let's just run through these real quick. Big 10 championship, Ohio State versus Northwestern. By the grace of God, the Buckeyes did it. Who knows how?
If
but-
yeah, that was they fucking put it on Michigan though.
we'll get to that when we
Holy
talk about-
shit.
When we get to the Big 10,
I-
the ACC championship with Clemson in Pittsburgh. I think everybody knows how that's gonna finish out. But
Yeah, Pitt's gonna kill him.
And then we've got
No.
the SEC championship, AKA's Alabama's first step to complete domination of the 2018.
Yo, they're trying to reach their
So-
final form right now.
Yeah,
Shit is
so,
ridiculous.
That is Alabama versus Georgia, and then after that, that's 3. We have 5 power conferences.
Yeah, there's 5 power conferences.
We have the Pac-12, which is
Pac-12 is a power conference. That's playing tomorrow night. That's Washington versus who the fuck are they playing? Utah and Washington.
Utah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's gonna be a good game.
Not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen, didn't know who was playing in the Pac-12 championship until Jacob Wolf just said it. So
Yeah,
um,
it's gonna be a good game. Neither team has a chance to make the playoffs,
That's
obviously,
4.
but
that's 4. We're missing 1.
so you got Alabama, you got ACC, or I'm sorry, Alabama or SEC,
ACC, Pac-12, Big 10,
Big 12.
Big 12. Wait, I just said 5.
Yeah, that's what I say. You got it.
We're good then. So
Yeah.
that's what we're gonna go over. We're gonna
And the only other one of note would be the American Conference final, which is UCF versus Memphis.
which they have to win if they even want
Yeah.
any
It's gonna take
possible chance.
yeah,
of being in the
it's gonna take a miracle to get there, but I think they would get the nod over Michigan if Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State all fell.
Yes. So this week
Yeah.
we're talking playoffs. We're gonna talk championship week. Who we think is gonna win? Might be one of the biggest championship week. This might be the biggest championship week we've had since the college football playoff.
Oh yeah, this is a
has
big one.
started.
This is gonna be it's gonna be a good one.
So a lot of teams are deserving of that top 4, which proves why we should have the top 8. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, I mean-
But we'll get into that.
Yeah,
We'll get into
that's-
that. Jacob.
That's later.
It's a short show today, but
Yes.
tell the people where they can find us.
Oh shit, don't have it pulled up. So
Of course you don't.
at the one time. So if you like what you hear today, guys, good lord, don't listen to me burp though.
Do not listen to Jacob's indigestion.
Yeah, you just got done eating. You can also find us on Instagram. We are at BadWolfENT. We are on Twitch right now live, and you can watch these videos on there as well. www.twitch.tv/BromoSapien. You can catch our tweets at BadWolfCrew, and you can email us directly at Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place. BadWolfEntertainment910@gmail.com. And we also have a website.
It's almost Friday, my friend.
Yes,
Almost
thank
Friday.
God. We have a website. It is badwolfentertainment.com. We got the actual URL there. So it's all systems go. And all these
URL
videos.
stand for?
What was that?
What does URL stand for?
I used to know this. Like I used to.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Move on.
Oh, wow. Fuck it.
No.
I'm going to look it up, though. But
No, you didn't have to do that.
it was too late. Yo, it just says the address of a worldwide web page. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
annoying.
fuck me. But also, we're on YouTube. So if you want to look us up on YouTube, just type in Battle of Entertainment. It will be the same logo that is showing next to all of our other stuff. And I'll also have links to everything, of course, down in the description below. So be sure to check all that out. And if you feel like we earned it, I know I'm droning on here. Also check us out at Patreon, www.patreon.com/BattleFieldEntertainment. We're trying to build a community here. We want to know what the people that actually listen to this show like, what we can move forward with, and please, any help does support the show. So,
And that is that.
yeah.
Before we start, I would like to say, excuse me, Jacob looks like a complete cuck with this wrist brace he has on, because he, for some reason, thinks he needs to play recreational sports, and he's almost 30 years old.
Okay, you know what's really
Continues
funny?
to hurt himself. He just continues to hurt himself. And I know you're going to say something about, I play with guys that are 30 years old.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, The guys who are listening to this who are 30 years old who play recreational sports, I'm glad your bodies can endure recreational sports. Jacob Wolf's body cannot endure recreational sports.
Can't even
He
take
should
recreational
stop playing.
drugs.
He should stop playing. He goes to the doctor every week.
I really do. It's
Goes to
pretty
the doctor
bad.
every week.
It is pretty
so-
bad. I used the fuck out of my health insurance.
So I just wanted to acknowledge your cookie wrist bracelet for.
It's not a bracelet. Can I just say that I told Lindsay a couple weeks ago, I mean, I'm almost 30, and she said, no, you're not. You're 27. You're not almost 30. I'm like, I'm going to be 28 next year.
I turned 28 in weeks.
Yeah, that's right. I forget your birthday's
And I am almost 30.
fast approaching.
Yeah. So.
Shit. I was like, I told her, I'm like, I'm closer to 20, I'm closer to 30 now than I am 25. She's like, I don't care. Quit saying you're almost 30. You're not almost 30.
Look, she's just gonna have to come to reality.
Yeah,
she's gonna
she's-
have to face reality.
Yeah, I'm old. It's falling apart. It's time to get on the blue pill. Get that blue chew.
Ooh, that blue chew. We should get that blue chew. I think I'm gonna get blue chew, and then I'm gonna tweet about it a lot, and we'll see if we can get that.
See, yeah,
because-
but tweet with the company account. Like, just massive heart erections.
Maybe I should take the
All
chew
the time.
before I do my streams
Yo,
to prove to Twitch
that it
to
works.
Twitch world that it works.
I got this 1080p
Yeah,
blue
exactly.
chew.
Blue chew. We could make something happen.
Yeah, we could. That's
What
a
we need to
match
do-
made in
we
heaven.
Need to get, we need to. I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna put it in the universe. The bad will us two. We need to get with the flagrant 2 guys, and we need to do something.
I don't know if we're flagrant enough.
They're wild.
They're wild.
Have you listened to Brilliant Idiots this week?
No, I haven't listened yet. Is it good?
Might be one of the best Brilliant Idiots.
Oh, yeah. Who they got
in a
on?
long time.
Did you listen to the Miko Grimes yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
What, flagrant?
yeah,
Or
yeah,
Brilliant
on
Idiots?
Flagrant. I didn't listen to the
She was on
Flagrant.
both.
I didn't listen to the Brilliant Idiots one yet, but I heard her on Flagrant, and that story was crazy.
Yeah, she's been on Brilliant Idiots a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a cool story. But
Nice.
anyway, I mean, she has to do with football. So I mean, we're talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
football. So it's just the way the world works today. So, oh, before we get into football, I would like to talk. I finally took the time to watch Venom.
Oh
yesterday.
shit! Yeah, you told me about that.
And
The internet is undefeated.
yeah, I found it on the internet. You know, me. I'm gonna find it. Listen, I
Not
found it.
paying for shit.
No. And plus, it's already like one of the highest grossing movies of all time. I'm not giving it any more money
Good lord.
because it's not that good.
It doesn't deserve to be one that
It doesn't
that highly paid.
deserve to pay that much money. Like, I get it. I am on the team of it's not as bad as the critics said it was.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's definitely not.
It's
as
a
bad.
fun movie.
It's better. I would even say it's better than Spider-Man 3, and it's better than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I would say that.
Yeah, I give you that.
Fight me.
I
At me
agree.
if you want to.
Those are the only 2 movies that could possibly top.
It was cool. I mean, you've seen it. You've kind of given your little impressions about it.
Yeah.
It was fun. I mean, there was cool. I said it from the beginning. I said that movie's gonna suck. There's gonna be cool things about it, and that's exactly what it was.
It's
That
that-
movie sucked, but there was cool things about it.
For what it was good.
You can kind of tell that those 40 minutes of the movie that were cut out were probably essential, and probably like character, like, and was probably very like character building because
It all came right before you, Eddie.
we never really realized that Venom is also like an outcast and like has lost everything.
Yeah,
We
and they
never
tried to.
realized that until the fucking very end.
Mhm.
You
They
never
tried to solve it
realize
with
that
one scene while he's running through the forest.
You never get the feeling that they're really the same person. That
Yeah.
Eddie Brock and Venom are the same person. They're just an alien and a human. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like Outcast, and they both hate Peter Parker for what he did.
Yeah.
You know, like,
So,
and they try to do a Venom movie without Peter Parker, and it's just like,
wait, did they mention Peter Parker?
no, they didn't. They
Okay,
they
I
mentioned
thought-
the Bugle.
Yeah, the Bugle was in it. I do know that.
I think that's all they did that would
I
have.
thought maybe because you just mentioned Peter Parker. I thought I missed something, so I was confused. Like, whoa,
I mean, if they
I missed
did, I missed it. But
Oh.
I mean, I don't recall. I
Dude,
do not
honestly,
recall.
the very last scene and the mid credits scene I thought were the best 2 scenes. The very last scene where he's walking around the city and him and Venom are talking and he's explaining
Yeah, how is that not like a middle of the movie kind of scene?
telling him the difference between good and bad people and who he can eat and blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. That was a good scene, and that the movie should have been more of that.
Yes.
And then the mid-credit scene when they show Cletus in the prison and it's Woody Harrelson and how dark and grimy it was.
Yeah.
That's what the movie should have been.
And honestly, I mean, I'm excited to have Carnage in a movie. I just wish it wasn't this movie coming up.
We're getting that movie.
I know, but I don't want it.
Before I saw the movie and I saw
Oh, oh, lost his audio there. It came back in for a second. Oh, Jesus. Brian uses a fucking laptop from 1983. It's the original computer that Brian's working on right now. So, yeah, basically, Venom, better than people were saying it was going to be. Not as good as anyone hoped it would be. We're going to get a sequel because it made way too much money to not get a sequel. I mean, I think we can all agree to that at least.
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good. We're good. All right, he's back. Can you hear me?
All right, I had to. Okay,
All right, we're good.
hold on.
Jesus Christ. He's filling away. You can hear the antique slapping. Fucking keyboard sounds like it's from 1920s. It's like a typewriter.
Really touching the keyboard.
Yeah, that's what you think. Look at dumb as shit. This is why we need to just live in the same area. So you can just come over here and do the shows. But yeah, we're already about, 15 minutes in? And we haven't even got on football yet? We should probably get on that. He's giving me a look right now.
Okay, so anyway, my audio cut out. So
Yes.
So my last Venom comments are it could be a better movie. I'm excited about the sequel because I could see what.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You can see where it's going. You can see what the vision is, but ultimately they need to spend more time with it. They need to let the story breathe out, I think is what he's trying to get at. And if they do that, then we might actually have a good movie in the sequel. Now that they actually have Carnage in there, a main character, people might actually, they might be able to boost a little bit more interest as well. I'd like to see them get Spider-Man in there somehow, because I don't see how they beat Carnage without Spider-Man in there too. But hey, we'll see where it goes. So while Brian is getting his shit fixed, I'm going to do a quick rundown of the college football playoff standings. So right now, sitting at top, of course, Alabama. Number 2, we got Clemson. Both teams undefeated. An undefeated Notre Dame sitting at number 3. Georgia, 11-1, pointing that 4th spot. Oklahoma, also at 11-1, sitting at 5th. Ohio State with 1 loss, sitting at number 6. Michigan with 2 losses at number 7. And the last team that actually has a legitimate shot, UCF, undefeated, 11-0. So, as we mentioned earlier, the games coming up this weekend. The first game, Friday night, we got Washington versus Utah. Neither of those teams can make it, but it will be good to see if Washington can place in
Who's
a...
even good on those teams?
What was that?
Who's even good on those teams?
Honestly, I have no clue. I don't know any players from either team. Oh, Jake!
Sorry, guys,
wow, Jake Browning
It's
is
gonna be better. My computer situation will be better after Christmas, everybody, and then we can all be thankful. It'll be a Christmas miracle.
So real quick, Jake Browning is still the quarterback at Washington. He's
Another 37-year-old, another Will Greer.
He's a 4-year senior. He played all 4 years. This year he has 2,692 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions.
You know what that means if you play all 4 years in college football?
It means that nobody wanted you from here.
Because you're a nerd and you're not that good.
I will say though, actually his sophomore year, motherfucker threw for 3,430 yards, 62% pass completion, had 43 touchdown passes and only 9 interceptions. He threw the same number of interceptions and over double the number of touchdowns that year. He used to be good. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe the system is falling apart.
Can we get to a
Grand Theft Auto 11.
conference and to teams that actually matter?
Yeah, so the first game that actually matters is going to be Oklahoma versus Texas, 12 o'clock noon
The rematch.
Eastern time on ABC. Games being played in Arlington, Texas. Brian, who you got?
What time does it start?
At noon, 12 noon. High noon.
I don't think this will be a repeat of their first matchup.
Really? So you think Oklahoma's
That
got it?
doesn't- Two things can be true, Jacob. Two things.
Yeah, lots of things can be true, Brian.
Two things can be true.
But you about to contradict yourself, aren't you? We
Two
just said.
things can be true. The game won't be the same as the last time,
But Texas will still win?
but Texas will still win.
That is true. I mean,
Texas will. I think Oklahoma's getting worse. They're getting worse
yeah,
They've
I
progressed in the
agree with that
process.
completely.
all season.
I agree with that completely.
Has Texas gotten better? No,
Not
but-
really.
but they haven't gotten worse since they beat Oklahoma the first time.
Yeah, they have not gotten as like. I feel like Oklahoma is, no matter what,
They're not good on defense.
they're terrible. I mean, West Virginia showed that all you have to do is run a fucking streak pattern, and they cannot keep up. They could not
Now-
keep up.
Now, if Oklahoma wins, it's because Kyler Murray signed.
Does
his Heisman
everything.
resume.
Yeah,
He signed his Heisman. He signed it. Like if they win, Kyler Murray will win the Heisman.
there's.
Now,
I mean,
will
people
I
do
be
say-
extremely happy if Dwayne Haskins won the Heisman. I would. I think he'll be in. Everybody says he'll be in New York, but he's not going to win it. But
are you
anyway,
are you forgetting about Tua Lulu?
statistically, Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins have better stats
Mm-hmm.
than Tua Tagovailoa. So
How do you say that? Is it Tagaloa? Is that really how you say it?
Tagovailoa, Tua Tagovailoa,
Tagamaloa.
Tagovailoa.
Tagavaloa.
I watch Undisputed with Skip and Shannon every morning. And
Oh.
they're always talking about it.
That makes more sense then. But yeah, honestly, I agree with everything you just said there. I think Texas
Skip Shannon, he is the greatest thing that's happened to sports TV.
Skip.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know if you get to watch
that dude
him
cracks
a
me the
lot.
fuck up. No, I don't get to watch a lot of it, but whenever I do, that shit's funny as fuck. I like Shannon though. Shannon be going in on him sometimes. Wait, real quick, did I lose your audio again? I think I just lost Brian's audio again. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on records. I'm gonna say I think Texas has a legitimate shot at beating Oklahoma as well. Like Brian said, Oklahoma is showing some real holes in that defense. One of two things is gonna happen: either that defense is gonna stand up and make itself known, or they're gonna do the same thing they did against West Virginia and fold. Granted, West Virginia did have the Big 12 Player of the Year with Long, but Oklahoma is still able to run up the score on them. But honestly, I mean, one player on that West Virginia team isn't going to make the entire defense. I don't think that would have changed the score any. So I think Texas is still going to be able to do the same thing to him. The only thing I'm worried about is Ellinger, the quarterback for Texas. He's never been in a game of this magnitude, I guess I could say. And I just don't think he will. I don't know if he'll come to the occasion. Brian's audio is still out. So it sounds like we're both going on record of saying we think Texas will win this game and take the Big 12. So the next game on tomorrow's schedule will be UCF versus Memphis. This game is at 3:30 p.m. on ABC, right after the Oklahoma-Texas game, it looks like. And, I mean, obviously, UCF is the favorite to win this. I don't think anyone's going to pick Memphis to win this game. Yeah, I can't hear you. I have no clue what you're saying, Brian. He's typing to me. Apparently his audio is still working, but I just can't hear him, is what he's saying. All right, well, that sucks. Maybe you should try restarting the call then, Brian. He says he'll just type. Keep going. Okay, so it's awkward as fuck. So UCF, clear favorite to win this game. I don't think Memphis is going to even come close to it. I think I can go on record as us both saying UCF clearly going to win the American title. All right, I think Brian's giving me a thumbs up. All right, cool. So then the game that's probably going to be the most watched tomorrow, or not tomorrow, I'm sorry, Saturday, we have Alabama, or tomorrow, I guess, if you're listening to this, Alabama versus Georgia, 4 o'clock on CBS. This one might be tight. I think Alabama's still going to win it, just because Alabama has not shown any signs of struggle this year, except for the first half against Citadel. And obviously, no one really took that seriously. So I'm going to go ahead and say Alabama for this one. I can hear Brian a little bit.
There we go. Can you hear me?
There we go. Now we got him. He came in for the big one. That's what she said. So,
Wow.
who you got, Brian? Alabama or Georgia?
Give me 1 second. I got Alabama.
You got Alabama?
It sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, literally, there's no other. I don't see another team that can knock them off this year. And I will
What
say,
if Georgia pulls the upset, though?
if
What is
Georgia,
Georgia good at?
I will
What are they
say,
good at?
if Georgia pulls the upset, there is a chance that both teams make the playoffs.
No.
You don't think so? You think a one-loss Alabama team doesn't deserve to be in there?
I say that because
Because you want Ohio State in there.
No, I don't. I don't think Ohio State deserves to be in the college football playoffs. We're terrible at defense. We played like 4 good total games the entire year.
Better than Oklahoma at defense, and if
Yeah.
Georgia loses, they're in.
Nah, I mean, I guess they have done it before. Wasn't there 2 SEC teams in there last year? Alabama got in there last year, and they shouldn't have really been in there.
It was Alabama and Georgia, I think. It was these same teams.
And Georgia got smacked by somebody.
Oklahoma. Right?
Yeah,
I think
don't
so.
remember.
I think.
I do. It would have to be close for them to put both teams in. It would have to be a 3-point game, or not even a touchdown. It'd have to be a 3-point game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, chances are it's gonna be a close game with these two teams. I mean,
Alabama's gonna win at least by 24 points.
you think so? You think they're just gonna blow them out?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, I really think that it's gonna be a close one. Let's see. It's just all it's showing me is the championship game from last year. Oh well, guess it's not really that
Do you
big a deal.
think Tua deserves to be so hyped?
I think if he proves in this game, if he has a Heisman style game against Georgia, then yeah, I 100% believe that he should be the champion. Also, last year, the semifinals was Alabama versus Washington and Clemson versus Ohio State. Washington actually made the
Ohio State definitely 100% did not make the playoffs last year.
They lost 31-0 to Clemson.
That wasn't last year.
Oh, that's the year before.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh well, I'm trying, guys.
That's why Jacob's not the Googler.
The Googler. Let's see. Okay, so last year was Clemson and Alabama in the playoff game, and then Oklahoma and Georgia went to double overtime. Alabama versus Georgia, Alabama won. Jesus.
Yeah.
I must not have watched a lot of college football last year because that does not ring many bells.
I don't think back to Tua. I
Yeah.
don't really think he deserves much Heisman praise. I mean, his big thing is he hasn't he's thrown like one pass in the fourth quarter all year. That's like his big like.
Yeah, because I mean he's not really playing much.
Okay, well you're playing middle school team
Yeah,
for 12 weeks straight.
makes it kind of easy.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Meanwhile, you got Kyle Murray and Dwayne facing good conference opponents every week. I think they both played at least 4 ranked teams this year. And Dwayne Haskins broke the Big Ten record for yards in a single season and touchdown passes in a season. He broke Drew Brees' record. So
Yeah. Real quick,
I don't know.
Alabama played 3 ranked teams this year: A&M, LSU, and Mississippi State. but let's just say those are SEC ranked teams. A&M
So they're-
does not deserve to be ranked.
No.
Mississippi
Even though they
State.
did beat LSU, but that was 7 overtimes. But I mean,
Jesus Christ, that was crazy, wasn't it?
I didn't even watch it. I woke up and I saw
Yeah.
the score.
And LSU clearly was just not as good as everyone thought they were this year.
No, they're actually better than anybody thought they were. They started at 25.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm
Got
looking at
all the way to 5.
when they originally played Miami. Miami was ranked number 8. They're not ranked anymore. Auburn was ranked number 7. They're not ranked anymore. Florida was ranked 22. They're not ranked anymore. They beat Georgia, which is a good win. And they beat the shit out of them, actually, 36-16. And they beat Mississippi State, who was ranked at the time. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think, like, the teams that they had ranked might have just been overhyped as well. Granted, that's also me, an SEC hater, though, as well. So,
Yes.
you know, take that with a grain of salt.
So
Cowboys
we
got a
both
field goal.
We both believe Bama is going to beat Georgia.
Yes, we both can agree on that.
Easily or close? Or close. I think it's going to be easily. I don't think it's going to be close.
You know, I want it to be close, so I'm going to say close. I'm not going to be surprised though if Alabama comes out and just wins 35-0. I would not be shocked at all. But hey, the fan of me wants to see a close game, so we'll see.
Yes. Okay, so what's next? Big Ten, Ohio State versus Northwestern.
Actually, it's
Indianapolis.
that's at the same time as the ACC game. Big Ten is on Fox, ACC is on ABC, both at 8:00 Eastern time.
Ohio State's favored by 14.5 points. Obviously, that's my team. I've said that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. I don't see why they don't beat Northwestern easily. Northwestern side of the conference, the Big Ten West is just not good.
Northwestern lost to Duke, Akron, and Michigan all in a row. Earlier in the season, they lost to Notre Dame by 10. They struggled with Illinois, and they struggled with Iowa, it looks like. They struggled with Nebraska and Rutgers. So, I mean, they're a team, and they barely beat Purdue. Yeah, so all their wins are kind of close. Their biggest win is over Michigan State. So,
yeah, well, they beat. They beat Purdue, and Ohio State definitely did not. Ohio State obviously just came off like a fucking skull fucking of Michigan. Just it was terrible.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They all the way
just
up right now.
Absolutely annihilated the number 1 defense in the country. Dropped 62 points on them in the game. Urban Meyer just makes Jim Harbaugh look stupid for 7 years straight now. It's becoming comical, actually.
It's really sad for him, though. Jesus.
But
that man can't catch a break.
Michigan, number 4 in the country, they pretty much had their ticket stamped to the playoffs.
Yeah.
They would have probably beat the brakes off Northwestern too if they would have beat us. So.
Oh God, yeah.
So I think Ohio State's gonna win. If they play the game they played against Michigan, not many teams in the country could beat them. And yeah, Michigan still put up 39, and a lot of teams still say even they say against Oklahoma, a lot of teams score points, but that's just becoming the nature of the game as well. The nature of the game is high-scoring games. It's defense.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they're
games just aren't. That's just not how football is played anymore.
They're curtailing defenses now. I mean, like everyone knows that. Like you can't touch receivers. You can't touch quarterbacks.
It's spread the ball around and
yeah.
throw it downfield. That's what score points. Score as many points as you can.
It used to be they would put the fastest players at corner and safety. It seems like it doesn't necessarily. They don't. I mean, college is obviously different than the NFL in that regard as well. But I mean, the game is focusing more towards high scoring. You know, like they said on Flagrant this week, I'm sure you were listening. There's 2 things that people like about football. It's big hits and touchdowns. They're trying to get rid of big hits because it hurts people and it makes the game less appealing to the youth. So try and get them to score more touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what we're seeing.
So with all that being said, Ohio State wins the Big Ten championship, and if they win steadily and Oklahoma struggles, I think they stamp their ticket to the playoff as well.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if they got in over Oklahoma. I mean, it's not unheard of for a 6 to jump a 5, get into that spot. Obviously, this is all dependent on whether or not Clemson can handle Pitt. Obviously, I think they can, but Pittsburgh has been on a pretty good hot streak lately. They came close to taking down Notre Dame. Then, of course, they had that debacle against Miami. They would have won out the season. But I hate Pitt. I mean, I'm a West Virginia fan, but
Yeah.
I will say
What does Pitt do? They usually run the ball.
that that running
well.
back is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that their running back,
I just don't really watch too much ACC
Quadri
football. It's not like
Olison.
it's just not like the
Oh yeah, I mean,
most
ACC
exciting
football kind of
conference.
sucks. Yeah, I mean they have
So,
Clemson, and that's
for
okay,
a while,
but
Clemson looked like the only team that could beat Alabama possibly, and then they started to struggle at quarterback, and they had all the quarterback changes, and then
granted they never lost though. I will say,
No.
yeah.
yeah.
It's just so
yeah,
you know,
they should win this game. They should win this game easily, by 14.
just to have an idea of how bad the ACC is this year. The number 2 team in the conference is Syracuse Orange.
Oh yeah, and they were ranked 12 before they lost last week.
Yeah, they're ranked 20th now. NC State Wolfpack is number 3 in that division. That division is shit.
Well, they just beat Carolina
Yeah, that was funny as fuck. That big fight afterwards.
last week
Yeah,
and had a fight. Yeah, so
that was right.
so
across the street.
Clemson easily.
Yeah, I think Clemson easily.
Okay, so
So now that gets us to who we got going into the playoff.
right now, if the chips were to fall the way that I think they're gonna fall, Bama is gonna destroy Georgia.
Yeah, so they're
That is gonna take any conversation out of should Alabama and Georgia be in the playoff. They're gone.
yeah. Georgia's out.
gone.
Okay.
Georgia's gone. I think Texas is gonna beat Oklahoma again. It's gonna be close, and I think Texas is gonna have a little bit more of a because they have that. We don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
Oklahoma could go to the playoffs.
Texas-
We're not going to go to the playoffs, regardless. We're not going to the playoffs.
Texas is definitely going to be bringing out all the showstoppers on this
But
one.
let's not let our biggest rival go to the playoffs.
Oh God, yeah.
I think Texas is going to have that chip on their shoulder.
No.
So I think Texas will beat Oklahoma. So right now, as it sits, my top 4 will be Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Okay.
With Ohio State having to play Alabama, Clemson playing Notre Dame. Alabama will dust the brakes off Ohio State. And I think Notre Dame could probably beat Clemson. So
Yeah, I think so too.
Alabama Notre Dame is my national championship.
Yeah, and then Alabama beating Notre Dame. You think?
And then, yeah, of course, Alabama beating Notre Dame.
Okay.
Notre Dame's not good enough on defense.
Yeah, they're a good team. I mean, the fact that they went undefeated, I think, is beneficial to the fact that USC sucks this year. I mean, their big win is against Michigan, and that's obviously a good win. But I mean, what can you do? Let's see. What do I got here? I'm gonna go ahead and say, of course, Alabama, because I think they're gonna beat Georgia. Then, of course, Clemson, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think that 4th spot. Honestly, the one thing I'm worried about with that Oklahoma-Texas game is if we get the referees wanting to, calling it for Oklahoma.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because, this is the one team that has a chance to get into that playoff for the Big 12 conference, and the Big 12 might, I'm not one to be big on, sports conspiracies, because I don't really think that you can really do all that much from a referee standpoint, but sometimes it makes you wonder. So
Yeah.
if we see, Oklahoma getting all the calls their way in the first half, I wouldn't be surprised if Oklahoma sneaks in and gets that number 4 spot. I do think, like you said, that Texas is going to be playing balls to the wall, a lot of trick plays, a lot of risk taking. If that pays off,
You could potentially say the same thing about Ohio State, though.
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, though,
You don't want to keep a Big Ten team out of the playoff either. They've already done it.
oh
twice.
yeah, I agree. And
So-
but the thing is, though, Texas has a legitimate chance to beat Oklahoma. I don't think Northwestern has a legitimate chance to beat Ohio State.
I agree.
And that's why I'm saying Ohio State is going into there, into that number 4 spot. I do think that Alabama is going to beat the brakes off of Ohio State.
Yeah.
And
I'm a Buckeye
and-
to the day I die, and I agree.
And I also agree that Notre Dame is going to beat the shit out of Clemson, Alabama over Notre Dame for the final. I will say, though, what I want to see happen, what I would like the absolute best scenario for me with this college football playoff
Would be Georgia beating Alabama.
would be Georgia being the ever-loving piss out of Alabama. Like Alabama
then-
not making the playoffs gets beat
Nah,
shit beat out of them.
Alabama loses, they're still in the playoffs, 100%.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, the most realistic best outcome is going to be Clemson takes a dive against Pitt. They lose. And Georgia gets their asses kicked. Oklahoma gets their asses kicked. UCF and Ohio State both jump up. We get Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, UCF. UCF stays undefeated and takes down Alabama.
You know their quarterback just got his leg freaking.
Oh yeah, he got fucking.
Dusted out of the universe. So.
Hey, you don't know what they got in them fucking reserves down there. them Black Knights hiding something.
God
damn.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, but that's just never.
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I mean, obviously, the most realistic chance of UCF making this playoff will be if Georgia, Oklahoma, and Ohio State all somehow manage to lose, because I don't think they're gonna snub undefeated UCF in favor of a fucking 2-loss Michigan. So, I mean, that's the only way that happens. And even if it does happen, Georgia would probably stay in there with a 2-loss.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because they love the SEC teams like that. So, But I've got my fingers crossed. If Ohio State starts to lose, I'm cheering UCF all the way on that.
I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's clearly not going to happen. It's wishful thinking. That's wishful thinking. That's the guy that whose team had a legitimate chance to make it, failed out, and just wants to see something happen. So,
well, with all that
fuck
said,
Oklahoma.
It's been an amazing college football season. It's over already almost. That's sad.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the NFL, but like,
Yeah,
okay,
but, I mean, who really cares? It's not as fun.
It's just not. It's just not.
Make sure to hit me and Jacob up on Twitter or Instagram over at you can hit us up on our individual Twitters, or you can hit us up on our group Instagram. Let us know if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, if we're stupid, if we don't know what we're talking about, which we don't. We know that we already told you that we don't know what we're talking about.
It's the name of the show.
The point of the show. So
shit.
So just if you want to argue with us, hit us up on all that. I'm good. I'm out. I gotta edit this fucking show because my audio cut out a bunch of times. So thanks for sticking it out with us, y'all. I appreciate it, and much love. I'm out.
All right, and I got nothing else to say. So peace.
Peace.
Oh shit! Didn't cut the audio yet. All right, there we go. All right, I'll go ahead and save this. The stream is still up, just so you know. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, this is episode 33.
I'll probably start kind of putting this together tonight, but I don't work tomorrow at all, so I'll probably finish it.
Oh, cool. Yo, man, that shit pissed me off that I uploaded the wrong fucking audio file for last week's episode at first.
Oh yeah, Caleb texted me.
No one told me. No one fucking told me. Like, how many people actually watched the fucking show and didn't say anything to me? I
don't know.
I was mad.
Caleb texted me and was like, hey, is there something wrong with my shit, or is it something wrong with y'all? And I was like, which episode? He said, the newest one. I can only hear you. I can't hear Jacob.
Yo, well, shout out to Caleb. Shit.
So then, like, I pulled it up real quick, and I pulled it up on Apple and SoundCloud.
Just to make sure?
I was like, yeah, and then I hit him back. I was like, all right. I was like, good look, man. I appreciate it. And then when I hit you
that's the homie right there. Someone's looking out. It took me literally 2 minutes to fix it.
Yeah.
I just pulled it off, pulled it back up.
Because I've done it before too, but it's because when I was editing, I had one of the tracks muted, and when if you export the MP3 like that, it won't play the audio. It'll like literally keep it muted. So. Oh
yeah, I just literally chose the wrong file.
Yeah.
I put yours up there instead of the full one. I can go to the Dropbox here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream now. I'll probably be back on in about maybe 20 minutes or so. I got some stuff I want to play tonight, so I'll be doing that later. So if anyone is watching this video, I hope you also check out the next one. So, peace.